The troubling reality of Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker's marriage, the reason the reality star has distanced herself from her lifelong best friends and is becoming more isolated from her sisters. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and updates. Kourtney Kardashian's life may look picture perfect from the outside, especially since she married Travis Barker, but people close to her say things are not as perfect as they seem. Behind the romantic trips, big weddings, and family pictures, her marriage has created distance between her and many people who were once closest to her. Not only has she pulled away from her lifelong friends, but her bond with her sisters has also weakened. Much of this tension comes from the complicated relationship between her new husband and her ex, Scott Disick, who still remains very close to the Kardashian family. Kourtney and Travis started dating in 2021, and right from the beginning, their love story was on full display for the world to see. They were never shy about showing affection in public. Fans were bombarded with pictures and videos of the couple kissing, hugging, and holding hands. Their romance moved fast, and by 2022 they had gone through 3 different wedding ceremonies. The first was in Las Vegas, the second in Santa Barbara, and the third was a grand and luxurious celebration in Portofino, Italy, filled with designer clothes and a fairy tale setting. In November 2023, they welcomed their son, Rocky. For Kourtney, this was a new beginning, as it came years after she had finally ended things for good with Scott Disick in 2015. Scott is the father of her 3 older children, Mason, Penelope, and Rain, and he had been in her life for nearly a decade. Their relationship was filled with ups and downs, breakups, and reconciliations. Viewers of their family's show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, saw the struggles firsthand, from Scott's issues with partying and rehab to rumors of infidelity. Despite it all, Scott became deeply woven into the Kardashian family's life, and even after he and Kourtney split, he stayed close to her sisters and mother. According to people who know the situation, when Travis came into Kourtney's life, he immediately felt uneasy about how close Scott still was to her family. Insiders claim Travis often felt threatened by Scott's bond with everyone. To push Scott away, Travis made their public displays of affection even more intense. Sources have said his constant kissing and touching in front of others was not only about showing love to Kourtney, but also about reminding Scott that she was now with him. This behavior, though uncomfortable for many, did work for a while. Scott began to feel out of place, especially when Travis was around, and he slowly distanced himself. But even though Scott pulled back, the Kardashian family never turned their backs on him. For years, Scott had been more than just an ex-boyfriend. He was practically family. He filmed countless seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and viewers had grown used to his sharp humor, his devotion to his children, and his deep connection with Kris Jenner and her daughters. He was even nicknamed Lord Disick, which became a fan-favorite persona. So, when the show transitioned to Hulu with the new title The Kardashians, things became complicated. In the first season of the Hulu show, both Scott and Travis appeared. However, Kourtney was upset that her ex's lingering feelings and struggles with her engagement were turned into a major storyline. She wanted the focus to be on her happiness, not Scott's sadness. Scott himself began to feel painted as the villain, the unwanted ex who couldn't move on, and this portrayal made him step back. By the second season, he barely appeared, only making one short cameo. Fans, however, were not happy about his absence. Many demanded his return, saying the show did not feel the same without him. It wasn't long before Kris Jenner stepped in to make sure Scott remained part of the family's world. Reports say he signed a $2 million deal to appear on season 3, and Kris made it crystal clear online that Scott would always have a place with them. On Instagram, she told fans that Scott would never be excommunicated. She reminded everyone that he was the father of her grandchildren and would always be a special part of their family. When season 3 aired in 2023, Scott returned in a much different light. He was not portrayed as a jealous ex but as himself, a father and a loyal family member. The move showed just how much influence he still had within the Kardashian world. For Travis, though, this was seen as a failure of his earlier efforts to push Scott away. His plan to dominate the space and make Scott irrelevant had backfired. Not only was Scott back, but the family's loyalty remained firmly with him. The children Kourtney shares with Scott are also said to stand by their father. Whenever issues come up between Scott and Travis, the kids are said to take Scott's side. Some of this tension even played out on camera. In one memorable moment, Kourtney and Penelope were playing table tennis when Travis interrupted the game to kiss Kourtney. Penelope immediately told her mom to stop, showing her discomfort with the constant kissing. Rain also complained during another scene at the dinner table, asking his mom and stepdad to stop kissing in French in front of him. These moments, though shown as playful family scenes, highlighted how Travis's behavior was not always well received by the kids. Kourtney's bond with her sisters has also changed since she began her romance with Travis. While the sisters have always had conflicts, things took a sharp turn around Kourtney's Italian wedding. Kim Kardashian was accused of trying to overshadow Kourtney's big day by working with the same designer, Dolce & Gabbana, for one of her own projects. The fight between them exploded into a heated argument. On camera, Kim accused Kourtney of having hatred toward her and carrying a vendetta. Kourtney, in turn, told Kim that she no longer needed her or the rest of the family. She said she did not feel like being part of them anymore, which shocked many viewers. This wasn't just drama for the cameras. Insiders have said that Kourtney now treats Kim and Khloe less like sisters and more like co-workers. The only time she spends with them is when they are filming. Their personal bond is weak, and what used to be sisterly closeness has now turned into something cold and distant. Friends close to the family describe interactions between them as fake and forced when the cameras are on. Along with losing touch with her sisters, Kourtney has also pushed away her closest friends, some of whom had been by her side for decades. Melissa Kolker, Ali Rizzo, Stephanie Shepard, Brittany Gastineau, Kourtney Semmel, and even her Poosh colleague Sarah Howard have all seemingly been cut out of her life. These were friends she once considered like sisters. They would party together, travel together, and often appear in her social media posts. Now, she barely responds to their messages and no longer shares those moments with them. Meanwhile, many of those friends remain close to other members of the Kardashian family. Some of them are still seen with Khloe's best friend Malika Hawk, and many of them also maintain a bond with Scott, who they believe has always treated them kindly. None of them appear to have built a strong connection with Travis, which may also be part of why Kourtney has drifted apart from them. People watching from the outside may think Kourtney has the dream life. She is married to a famous musician, she had a glamorous wedding in Italy, and she shares a new baby with her husband while running her own brand. But insiders paint a different picture. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.